Idaho Matters podcast is brought to you by St. Luke's On-Demand Virtual Care, which allows patients to see a provider from their home using a computer or smartphone with on-demand care for common ailments, such as a cough, sore throat, or a sinus issue. More information at stlukesonline.org.
Laws are being drafted and debated at the State House right now. Laws that will likely affect your everyday life as an Idahoan. The Connector helps you keep up with the legislative session with clear reporting, local context, and explanations that make it all make sense. Stay connected to the State House with the Connector, Idaho Daily News. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
From the studios of Boise State Public Radio, I'm George Prentice, and I am filling in for Gemma Gaudette. Have you looked at the calendar? It is February 13th, which means tomorrow is February 14th. Valentine's Day. Come on, folks. This Valentine's Day weekend, here is something that you ought to consider. Ballet Idaho is dancing into its midpoint of their 25-26 season with Anthology. And it opens tonight, Friday night, and it is the third of its 5 productions this season. But this production of Anthology is actually 4 shows in one. I had the good fortune to visit with Ballet Idaho Artistic Director Garrett Anderson and Associate Artistic Director Ann Mueller, just to get a taste of each of Anthology's 4 distinct productions. And before we get too far, we should note to our listeners that it opens this weekend. 4 striking works in one evening, bringing us what we have to assume is a full range of storytelling and theatricality. It begins with Twice Once. We are told that it's a story of loss and survival, and we might get a taste of that if we listen to maybe just a little bit of Anna Klein's work. So let's do just that. Garrett Anderson, I can get a sense of that, of the loss and the hope and survival from her music.
First of all, I'm a really big fan of her music. Anna, she had just written it in tribute to her mother who had just passed. The piece is called Within Her Arms, and it was a really special piece of music to her, obviously very close to her. What you hear in that music, that aching beauty and the sort of haunting way that she brings in these motifs and the surge of the melody. Yeah.
There's an embrace and then there's a release, the embrace and release. And when I hear the backstory of the loss, it's, wow.
So there is that trauma, there's that struggle, and then there's that, to me, that ultimate surrender that happens. And it's a really beautiful experience to dance this work. So it was a really special thing to see it. But it's a really internal, introspective, and nuanced work. It's still an abstract dance, but it definitely has an arc in there, and I think you hear that even in that sample of music that you played.
And let's go to Pulnicella Variation, Igor Stravinsky music, yes?
Yes, let's do.
Tell me a little bit about this.
Well, I think it's a really exciting thing for Ballet Idaho that we were given permission to do this work. It's choreographed by Justin Peck.
3-time Tony winner, Justin Peck.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty fantastic. And, just has been a prolific choreographer. He's quite young. He started his choreographic career pretty early, so an impressive individual for sure. And the work is highly technical, and I believe, Garrett, correct me if I'm wrong, prior to Ballet Idaho doing it, it had only been done by New York City Ballet.
To get to do it after the original, which is a real honor, I think.
A real honor and a testament, I think, to the skill of our artists and also to Garrett's reputation in the broader dance community.
So let's listen to just a little bit of Stravinsky.
Excellent. This ballet will deliver all of the exciting technical dancing that a more classically focused audience member might be looking for, or maybe anybody that's watching the Olympics and is loving the figure skating. There will be lots of really fancy turns and jumps and partnering maneuvers.
Love it. Garrett, tell me about Rooster, which we are promised to be bold, surreal, and darkly humorous. And I want to read this. Rooster unfolds like a fever dream.
That's a great encapsulation. It's really about a character moving through a series of dreams. And so there's this absurdist sort of through line, and yet the dancing is very physical and guttural, and the message is profound, even though there's definitely humor and a sense of randomness. It's very thoughtfully created. He's drawing from text, and mainly it's Bancha the Silent, the Peretz story, and also somewhat from Waiting for Godot.
Wow.
And then also some imagery and some references to Yemenite folklore and the Bible. So there's a lot in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Next comes a world premiere. We are promised a new work by Charisse Barton through a cinematic lens inspired by old Hollywood. So you've got me there, Anne.
This is a really very interesting work because it visits the sort of classic style of Hollywood in the 1930s and 40s and all of the glitz and glamour that goes along with that. But it also explores the sort of darker underbelly of the entertainment industry.
So can I imagine then that the stagecraft plays a big role, lighting in particular?
It really does. It really does.
Yeah. I can almost imagine storyboarding, almost like they do a film.
They did, yeah. Yes, they used several different sort of vision boards to communicate their intent to the artistic team and to the dancers.
Talk to me about curating this evening. How do you put this together?
That's a great question. I have a lot of help from everyone around me, particularly Anne, who we, bounce ideas off of each other all the time. I want to provide both balance, and I want to showcase the breadth of our artists and the artistry. In any given show, I hope that people walk away with pieces that challenge them, pieces that they find intellectually stimulating, hopefully inspiring and beautiful, and everything in between. I just want it to be a really rich and complex experience.
And that is Ballet Idaho Artistic Director Garrett Anderson. I also spoke with Associate Artistic Director Ann Mueller to get a taste of each of Anthology's 4 distinct productions. By the way, that one that is choreographed by Justin Peck, this is how great he is. He won the Tony Award on Broadway 3 times. I'm such a nerd. He won the Tony for Carousel, Illinois, and the Buena Vista Social Club on Broadway. He choreographs just one of these 4 distinct productions that all bundle up into Anthology. So they have a performance tonight at the Boise State Special Events Center. There are more performances on Valentine's Day. They've got a matinee on Saturday, plus an evening performance. And again, next weekend, next Friday evening, and then next Saturday afternoon, and next Saturday evening.
You've been listening to Idaho Matters from Boise State Public Radio. I'm Gemma Gaudette.
Hi, it's Terry Gross, host of Fresh Air. Hey, take a break from the 24-hour news cycle with us and listen to long-form interviews with your favorite authors, actors, filmmakers, comedians, and musicians, the people making the art that nourishes us and speaks to our times. So listen to the Fresh Air podcast from NPR and WHYY.